So today I want to talk all things pastels, and I will briefly mention things like oil pastels and chalk pastels and water-soluble pastels, and just to, if you're especially new to mixed media and you want to use different pastels, what you could get out of them. So I have, and hopefully this video won't be too long, so I have a few things here. So I'm going to tell you which are my sort of favorites and also what I use them for. So I've got our oil pastels here, and these are I've got actually quite a few. I've got these ones as well, which I have taken them off. Okay, so I've got 3 different oil pastels. Now, this was the most recent purchase, and I got it on Jackson's. I know they were sold out soon after I bought them, so I'll try to link them, and I hope they're back in stock. But these were in a great deal when I bought them. So these are the 24 portrait assorted colors, and the colors are lovely. I have a review for this set. If you want to watch it, I'll link it up here. It's gorgeous. Love the colors. They're super soft. They are like butter. And I actually had already 2 sets of oil pastels. So these are about 20 years old. I bought them first when I was doing art after school, and so yeah, they were my first ever oil pastels, and they're lovely colors. They're great, kind of student grade to have fun with, but they are a lot harder compared to the Sennelier oil pastels that I just showed you. So that's the difference. I mean, if I could, I should actually swatch them out for you. So let's take like a turquoise color. Actually, let's just take this color here. No, hold on. I notice I have a very similar. So this one is called Sub Green Light, and it's by Sennelier. So very, very soft, beautiful. I hardly have to push, and actually these break really easily. So I've got a pastel here which is so soft it just kind of broke off, so I've been using it in different ways. And then let's see, this color here seems a good match. Now, in general, oil pastels have a stench to them, and I don't like the smell at all. These ones, I find they're not as bad. They also have other sets of other colors as well. So what color is this? This is a green gray, and they feel more waxy, and they also have quite a bit of residue. I don't know if you can see. So yeah, very different textural effect. So if I wanted to work these with my finger, these, as you can see, they don't work as well. I had to really scrub at it to get the pigment moving, and then you also get a kind of harsh line, so they're not, even on the finger, this still feels quite sort of soft. Okay, I will also quickly demo another oil pastels. Faber Castell. Now, I completely forgot I had this set until recently when I was going through my art supplies. So I bought a 36 oil pastels set. This must have set me back quite a bit because Faber Castell are expensive. So am I like keen on them? Not too much. The colors are lovely, but I've never, again, the smell is just super intense. Oof. These actually have gone ahead and developed some sort of white coating on them, but they're quite thick. Oh, they do really stink. Oh god. So I can't see color names on them, which makes it quite hard at this point to realize what color is what, especially with the white coating. So if I had to match it, it'd be quite a task now. Well, let's say I'll pick out this. So let me do it. These are very hard. So on comparison to the other two oil pastels, this is the hardest one. And look at that. Nothing is coming off. Whether that's because they are probably about... I'm trying to think when I must have got them, about 7 years ago. But having said that, these were 20 years old and they're still moving. So these are very, very hard pastel. And if that's something that you need, then I guess you would go for these. But I've never, you can see some of the colors I used, but I haven't really used them that very often at all. Yeah, so that's that. And what you can do with oil pastels is you can use them in mixed media way. Oh, these are the colors, I guess. There we go. So the one I just swatched is 167, and that is permanent green olive. Doesn't look like a... Hold on, there's a olive green yellowish that might have been a more suitable color, but you can see how wide the coating is that you can't see any color at all. Again, like super dry, there's nothing coming off it at all. So it might be a good thing, because it means that you wouldn't have to set them with anything. They're just completely dry. So they wouldn't transfer very easily. So that might be a good thing actually, yeah. So you can use them, like I said, in mixed media projects with watercolor, on top of watercolor, underneath, and kind of have a nice effect that way. So let me just move the oil pastels now. And now I want to talk, before we jump into water-soluble pastels, which I have also 3 types of, I want to quickly mention chalk pastels. Now, I don't have a single set to show you in a chalk or like a crayon type of a form, but I do have them in pencil form. I've got 2 brands here. One quite sort of artist grade, and the other one probably student grade. So these are quite affordable. So let's have a look. These are the Stabilo Carbothello. So I bought these ages ago. I don't actually, probably also 7 years ago. So yeah, really long time ago, and they're lovely. They're bright colors. Let's just say I'll go with a similar color. What is this color? Doesn't have a color name on there. So I'm gonna swatch it here. So these are dry. Now you can see you'll have a lot of powder come off because they're dry pastel. They're just like those pastels that we used to draw on pavement when we were kids, but obviously these are a little bit more sophisticated, and so they are very messy to work with because they're dry. They're also going to smudge a lot. So here we go. You can see it's sort of powdery, and once you start smudging it, you kind of lose that intensity. If you wanted to keep the intensity, you would have to go over it and then just dust this off into a dustbin, just like that, and then you keep that intensity. I don't have a similar color in the artist grade pencils, which are by Caran, but these are the pastel pencils, and they are like super expensive, and basically same idea, but of course these are more pigmented, but you can see there is again a lot of that residue, but because they're pigmented, I'm still keeping the main swatch there, and then they're quite nice to work with, and then you can even build it up more if you wanted to. So there you go. That's the difference between student grade and artist grade. If you're going to use them hardly ever, or if you're interested to use them and try them out, go for something that's more affordable, because I find that with dry pastels, unless you're going to be using them frequently, it's better to start off with something low-key, like I just said, like these ones. They're quite good. And then if you find that you do like them, then go ahead and just buy specific colors, because they're quite expensive, but they're great. Great quality. Okay, so these were oil pastels and dry pastels, and then let's have a look now at the water soluble. So I have 3 different types here, or actually 3 different brands. So these are again by Faber Castell, and they have been loved and loved and loved by so many artists, whether they are crafting artists or whether they are just, you know, mixed media artists. So these are quite loved. So basically what they look like is like this, and the selling point is super adorable. So they have these like ice cream names, so they're all called Gelatos, and then the name is on the top of the cap. So for instance, there's lemon and buttercream and guava, spearmint, you know, all these sort of delicious color names. I have this, I don't even remember what set this was, but it's like all the bright colors. So I'm just going to swatch one down here for you. So these have a similar feel to the oil pastels, and you can move them out as well. But they're specifically, let me do a double swatch here, they were specifically designed to use with water. Now if I'm going to get a water brush, so basically once you add water, the pigment turns into this creamy paste, and you can use them a bit like watercolor, like so. So if I went with water over these, nothing would happen because they're oil based. Okay, let's try the others that I have. There are loads and loads of different sets of these gelatos, different color schemes that you could get. I don't really use them very often, haven't used them for a long time actually. So let's have a look. So I have a similar color going back to this color scheme here. So these are the Vicki Boutin Art Crayons. You get 8 of them in each pack. This is the entire collection. So I've got this pack. There is no name for them, but basically there's a warm, cool, and there is a natural colors or neutral colors as well. The design is different. I don't remember which one is the original and updated look, but I prefer these. I think they look really neat. Okay, so let me go into these ones. And they have, since I got them, developed a little bit of a white coating as well. So let's see, they don't have color names, which is a shame, but they feel very oily slash waxy, very soft. So you get quite a bit of residue compared to the just previous one, which I did now. And then look at that. There's just a big piece there, which I'm trying to work into the paper. Okay, I'm gonna actually swatch it next to it again. And just use water. So the Faber Castell felt a lot drier and there was less mass there. These are more softer. So I'm just going to use some water. And then these larger bits, I found that they take quite a bit of time to dilute or to thin them into the water. So either you'd have to pick them up, or you would have to, I don't know, what do you do with them? They definitely have these pieces that just like to hang around. That's something I didn't like about these crayons. So these are the Vicki Boutin ones, but they're definitely fun colors. Again, if I show you, the cool set probably not. There are a few colors here in the cool set I'll show you that I quite liked. So this color is gorgeous, this color is gorgeous, and then I think this one as well, but usually I'm not into purples, and this green is just like a bit not within my color range. So these are lovely, and I really like these as well. So let me again show you the warm set. I'll try to link up everything down below. So this is gorgeous. Love, love, love these colors. You can create loads of peaches with them, and you know, beautiful. Absolutely love it. And then I have got these ones, and I love this set as well. The color that I just used, love it, and all the sort of grey and the kind of ochre and these sort of browny colors, they're really beautiful. Okay, so I haven't used these in a very long time as well. I find them a little bit messy to work with, so if I had to choose, I think that color-wise I prefer the Vicki Boutin crayons, but texture-wise I prefer the Gelatos. And then finally, these are like my favorite if I had to pick. Water-soluble. They're a new addition to my collection, and they're just stunning. So let's go with the olive, what is that? Light olive, there we go. So these are beautiful. I'm just going to swatch it like that. They have a nice hardness, so they don't feel like they will snip off or break. However, when it comes to smudging them, not much comes off. So they feel a little bit more dry. And they're very clean to work with because I'm not getting that sort of, you know, residue. I don't get any little bits of it. So they're really nice to work with. And then look at this. The pigmentation of them, they just were made to use with water. Gorgeous. Very kind of just melts like butter once you start adding the water into them. And honestly, sometimes it would be hard to tell whether these are watercolor or whether you used watercolor there or whether these were crayons, because like similar to Faber Castell, with these you kind of can see that there is something, it's not a watercolor, there is something else there once you use the watercolor. But these and the Faber Castell Gelato is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They have similar feel to them, but these are a little bit drier than the Gelatos by Faber Castell. And yeah, but I love the color range. The color range is just the bomb. Also that you don't have any plastic around them. They just come in a wrapper, and they're quite long, so you'll get a lot, and they're very, very affordable compared to the Gelatos. So love these ones. Actually, let me just show you. Here it is. So I've done all the swatches for these. If you want to see that video, I'll link it up here for you. Look at the beautiful colors. And if you just look at the watercolor portion of it, they just look like watercolor. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Look at these peach and kind of Caucasian skin tone colors. Very, very pretty. Love it. And also these would be great for darker skin tones. The peaches, I mean, love it. Just love it. So gorgeous. All right, they're also great for blending and things like that. So I hope you kind of now have a better idea what oil pastels, water-soluble pastels and dry pastels are good for, and what you could create with them, which are harder, which are softer, and what would be a better fit for you. So thanks for watching and see you soon.